Okay, I guess we are live. Nobody in the room yet, so I don't know if anyone can hear me. All right, so what we have here is, let me get over to the right view for you. Yay. So what we have here is a pack 4 of the Agora models ladder truck from the fire department of New York. Here's what we've got done so far, and it's a pretty big model. Here's the frame, here is the cab, and here is the interior of the cab. In the videos in stage 3, it did go in like this, but we took it out. So we're just going to be doing this. Oops, one old chair came off. So I guess without any farther ado, we'll put this box away. This down here. Get out the instructions. Now they don't include instructions with the kit. You got to go to their site and you download it. And that's what I have right here. And I have fresh toner. If you watched the previous videos, my toner is running low, so it was hard for me to read some of this, but we are good now. So we're going to start off with pack 4. This will be stage 24. Okay, right here. Hold on one second. Chat box. Your account. That there. All right, so let's start off. First thing we're going to do is let's put this stuff aside. So we'll put the frame over here. The cab over here. This thing is very heavy, all die cast. Jump seats over there, and let's go to here. Let's bring in. So these are the parts for 24. Aren't many. It's a box and a door. Little black piece that I can lose. This looks like another cabinet door. No screws in here, so that's pretty good. Now, actually, the first thing I want to do is actually to take this little black part right here. And once to put some super glue, so we have our super glue right here. I have a toothpick to apply it. I'll post a note to put the super glue on. wants us to take, let's see if I can bring it down a little more. So it takes this compartment door right here, and it wants us to put this, there's a little cutout right here. So this goes in right here. And let's just put a little bit of super glue right there and there. So that's what we will do. Can't see it?
No, because I left my glasses at home.
I print out the first few pages anyway, so I don't need it yet.
I'm trying to connect you.
Nobody's even in here yet.
You're still giving instruction.
Yep. Yes, I am. So there you go. That little foot plate's right in there. It's calling this the electrical compartment. And you want to make sure it sits flush, and it does. Now it's telling us to note that there are, let's just take this electrical panel right here. There's 2 pins right there and there. And what it does is basically goes right into here. There's 2 corresponding holes right in there. As you can see, it didn't go in that easy. And that's because a magnet has tripped me up again. You see there's a magnet right over here, probably to help keep the door closed. Right there. And then there's another metal piece in there, but that metal piece is not part of the cabinet door. It just attaches itself to the magnet. So now the panel fits right in. It's just a pressure fit. They fit inside the hole right here. And that part is done. Now they want us to take this compartment door right here, which we have. Back you out just a little bit. There we go. And there's a little round circle here with a hole in the middle. And it's, yep, there that magnet just snapped onto there. And we'll just put a little bit of glue in here, and then it wants us to add in this little door handle right here. Tiny little thing. And it, like I said, there is a D-shaped post on here. There's a D-shaped post in the door, so it can only go in a certain way. But they do want us to put a little bit of super glue on there. And now that handle is in the door. So we have the door, we have this compartment we did. Oh, over here. Flip the directions. Looks like there might be somebody else in here. I'm not sure who.
Is that the page you're on?
What's that? That is the page I'm on. Katrina just, remember I said I had to download the instructions, but she brought it in and loaded it up on a tablet. So now I got a tablet to look at rather than the directions. It should be much, much easier. Only thing I got to do is make it brighter. There we go. Now I guess what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this door and we're going to be putting it onto this cabinet. Oh, maybe not. They just want us to put this away. The next picture looked like we were doing that. That's how you can get distracted. And actually, I'm going to take this magnet so I don't lose it. I'm actually going to attach it right back onto there. They want us to, oh, they do want us to bring the door back, turn it over. So the reverse side is facing us. They do want us to bring this back. And there are 3 pins. It's kind of hard for you to see, but there's 3 pins right there. They want us to put some glue right around those pins, which is what we're going to do. Now they said just put them around the pins, but my experience is if you don't put it, if you can put it on some of the other parts around it, not parts, but some of the space around it, it's going to hold a little bit better. So, and with the step pad that we put in earlier facing down, you put it on with the stripes of the door facing up, or the opposite end of that black piece. And I'm just going to hold it on there for a few seconds until it's made it on there. And there you go. Now we have a compartment door. Well, so far, the steps have been pretty easy. Now, it also included it also included in this other little panel, which is the inside, the inside door here. So it mates onto here with some glue. And I'm trying to see which way it goes. There's a small square right here. That's going to line up with this magnet that's right here. So I want to dry fit it just to make sure it goes on first. And it does. So I'm going to put some glue around the posts that are right on here. And just like always, I'm just going to hold it there for a few seconds. There we go. Now, inside panel of the door. Whoop, there we go. That closes right over. All I'm doing is making sure that the hinge is holding here. That's what I was afraid of. It didn't hold. So I'm going to put a little bit more super glue on there. And to make sure that that holds, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of zip kicker here. Now, it's holding. Put that cabinet up there. So when you get done with this particular stage, you're going to have one completed cabinet door with the interior panel of the door and the electrical panel. And you're going to have this turntable base that they sent us, but you don't use that yet. Maybe in the next section. So now we're going to be on to stage 25. We'll put these aside for right now. Let's go get 25. All right, 25 is back over here. We got a couple more people in here. Looks like 25's on. Oh no, I thought we got lucky and there was only one part, but it's a whole bunch of little parts in here. Oh, all these parts. Can't remember what camera angles I had. Bring it out a little bit. Okay, and there are some screws in this one. And some more little parts that I can lose. This is the body midsection and water supply panels. So, they want us to install the left electrical compartment into the body midsection. That is this part right here. I'll hold it like this. And they want us to bring back that compartment. And it's going to fit right into here. That's what it says. Make sure I'm holding it the right way. There's a compartment on this side and there's a compartment on this side. I had it flipped the wrong way. So now that we have it this way, the compartment slides, or take the magnet off. There are two holes right back in here for the post that on the back of that electrical component, or electrical cabinet, slides into. Make sure it sits flush. It does. That's pretty cool. Now he wants to assemble the left water supply panel. So I think we have to open up one of these packages right here. And some chroma pieces, which we have right here. So holding it right, let's see if I holding it, there's two little like shafts, so you want to hold that up. And then we want to take one of the chrome pieces here. They said you want to take these supply caps. And there are two, wow, look at that. There are the two supply caps. I'll go back over to here again. That's how small they are. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. Now these top posts on top of this pipe right here are, they say RD fitted. I'm just trying to figure out, woof, how they go on there. They're telling you how the caps are supposed to look. Here's a pretty good way to do it. That's how it's supposed to look, according to the directions. Now, one of these little super tiny caps have like a black inset, so you have to make sure, and the best way to do it is just to look at the picture and the directions for how it goes on there. Now, funny thing is I am pretty sure yeah, they don't say to put any glue on there, but obviously you need glue. So need a little bit more glue on here. I'm assuming everyone can hear me. Excuse me. I can't see the hole in this one. There it is. And it is on. That's a tight fit. They were really small to work with. Here's against my pinky nail. Look how small they are. So I'm going to put that up there, out of the way. And now they want us to work on some of these lights right here. They gave us some chrome frames right over here. Where are they at? Here we go. Some chrome frames right here. And they gave us 2 red LEDs, and they want us to put them right in there. Now again, they don't say to use super glue, but from my experience, if you don't put some kind of glue in there, they have a tendency to fall out. So Just going to put a little bit in there. Hold it a little bit. It's in there. Now we'll just do the same thing with the other one. Put some super glue in there. And we'll just drop that in. Put that aside. Uh-oh. Lost my directions. Now we're going to move on to the body midsection and water supply panels. Take it back out here. So he wants to bring back that piece we did earlier. And this piece was included in this stage. Right here. So holding it like this. There's a small little black disc right there. And that goes in basically right next to where this door is that we did. So it goes right in there. And they're saying this is a press fit. Yeah, they're saying it's a press fit, but it sure doesn't want to stay in there. Problem I'm having is if I put it in like a say, okay, I think we may have a wrong part. There's another one of these, slightly different. And it goes on with a press fit. And then he wants to take one of those lights we did earlier, and it's going to go into there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right in there so it'll hold it. It's the only problem with these tiny little parts. Once you get older, it's harder to hold on to those things. So there you go. There's the light installed into there. And what we're going to do next in stage 25. And we're just going to continue adding stuff on there. There's this little D-shaped hole right here. Looks like somebody else joined us. Hopefully they stick around. And this sometimes isn't the most exciting thing, but it is pretty cool. Now, they want us to put this pipe valve connector that we did earlier. And if you can see, there's a slight angle to it. So when you put it onto here, it's going to go down, and it's kind of hard for you to mess it up because there is a D-shaped hole there that matches the D shape onto there. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue right on there. I'm just going to hold it there for a little while, a couple of seconds. If anybody wants to start chatting about something, go ahead, and I'm reading the chat if you want to talk. This didn't hold on very well. I think we need some more glue. Let's try this again. All right. While that glue is continuing to set, I'll just lay that like this. And I want to make sure you guys can hear me. There we go. And by everyone, I think there's like 2 people in here. I am going. All right, so we did this piece right here. And now there's a tiny little hole right here. And we are going to put in one of the turn valves that was included here. Let's see if I can show that to you. Very small. I'm kind of scared to hold it with the tweezers too, because every time I hold something with the tweezer, it goes flying out. So it's going to go right into there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue into there. Just a little. Okay, so that hole is really small. It's actually smaller than the post. So we're going to do, if you watch any of my other videos, just going to take the X-Acto knife and just kind of twirl it around that hole very lightly. What happens is they mold these and then they paint them, and sometimes what happens is the paint makes the hole smaller than it should be. And that's all it took. Fit right in. Now we're going to take the midsection again. And the water supply panel. See how that's going in there. And there's some faux diamond plate they included. One looks like this. And it's going to go right onto the bottom here, like this. Make sure I got the right one, and I do. Do not. There's two of them. One hole is, one hole is bigger than the other, so you can definitely know which one goes where. This goes onto the bottom like this. Right there, and I'm just going to put some glue on there to hold it. There we go. It's going to pinch this shut, or pinch this together for a little while. And we'll move on to the next one. Now there's a step panel that goes right above where that pipe valve is we just put in. And that part looks like this. And it goes right above, like I said, that pipe valve right there. I want to do a dry fit first. Actually, it's a pretty tight fit. Seems to be staying right on there. So I'm just going to leave that on there for right now. I'm not going to use any glue. That fit really snug right on there. And they're not telling you to use any glue either, so. Now there's a support that goes from the bottom of this down to here. And that's going to look like this. And underneath that step plate we just put in, there's a little recess right there. And there's a little post right on this very bottom. Oops, my directions. But I think that's going to need some glue. And I'm going to put some under that step plate too to hold it. That's how that goes on. I'm just going to hold it there until the super glue sets up. Didn't wait long enough and it popped off. There you go. Now it's on there. Next part, it looks like we're going to be doing some more pipe work. So also included in here was this little tiny valve cover right here. Oop. God, you can't even see it, it's so small. There you go. And that little tiny part right there. Both ends have a D connector or D post, and there is a hole there shaped like a D. So you simply put that onto there. Of course, it is going to need some glue to hold it on there. Uh-oh. And it just popped off and went somewhere. Found it. Just got to get to it. Hold, please.
What color is it?
It's right there. I just got to bend over and get it.
Go.
I've got an assist. Hey, little. My part finder. There's that valve cover on the pipe. And we want to take, and that wants to bring back this other lens. And we're going to take this door that I tried to use before that didn't work, and the lens goes right down into there. So again, we'll add some super glue. That went on there pretty easy. Now if we flip this over like this, there's that looks like to be a black gauge, and right over here there is a hole. And what goes in there is another one of these super tiny turn valves we did before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hedge my bets here, and I'm going to just widen that hole a little bit. Put a little tiny amount of glue on there. And then we'll put this valve in here. This time it went right in. Now sticking with this piece, this valve pipe and valve cap we did earlier, again you can notice there's a bend to it. So if you're holding the piece with the reflector up, it's got a bend towards it, and again there is a concentric hole in there, so you can only put it in one way. So we'll put some glue on there. There we go. Now they want us to bring back the midsection, and holding it like this. They just want us to put the panel we just did right into there. And much like the other one, it is a press fit. Looks like it's not going anywhere. So there you go. That's cool. Opening the door amuses me. Okay, so keeping with this, keeping it like this, there is another, the other step plate right here. Well, where the hell is it? There you go. And that's going to go right under here. Again, one hole's bigger than the other, so it can only go in one way. And I want to put some glue right on there so it doesn't go anywhere. Hold it in place while the super glue takes effect. And there you go. So far everything's been pretty straightforward. He wants to keep this part and do exactly what we did. We put the plate on there. Now we're going to do some water supply panels again. So there was a red part that was included. Right here. I want to make sure that these are on a sprue. So they are, that is a sprue. It looked like it was one piece, but so we're going to need our flush cutters. Take them out. When they're two identical pieces, so it doesn't matter which one you get. So looking at this panel right here that we just did, I think we may have missed a step too, but we'll go back to that. Yes, there is. Right on the side here, I didn't see where, but we were supposed to put in some diamond plating. Oh, it looked like they were talking about this piece, but no, there is a narrow piece right here. You get two pieces of diamond plating. One is wide, one is narrow. You want to take the narrow one, and it looks like it goes right into here. Like that, and it looks like that is going to need some glue to hold it in. It says press firmly to fit, but oh, there you go. I don't know if you heard it, but it snapped in. So it did stay on there. So now that we have this in here, now we can take that other piece we took off the sprue that you want, and that's going to go, there's two holes in this diamond plate right here. And that's where this little red piece is going to go right into here. I'm going to get, again, some super glue. So that is on there, but I don't like how that's held on there. I want to put a little bit more glue on there. So I'm just going to put some on the back here. And I'm just going to hit that real quick with some zip kicker to make that grab. And there you go, now that's in there. Make sure I don't miss any more steps. Yeah, this. And that is it for the end of stage 25. So we did 24 and we did 25. And much like the other one, we also have to put this diamond plate piece right into here, which is included. And that is supposed to snap right in. Supposed to stay right in there, but unlike the other one, it's not snapping in there and staying. So you know what we'll do? We'll glue it. Now there's 2 holes in there too, because another one of those red pipe stanchions got to go in there, so you don't want to put any super glue near the holes. So I want to put it up here. Down here. Lay it in. Hold it tight for a few seconds. Now that diamond plate's in there, I'm going to put some super glue on the toothpick. Again, there's 2 holes right there in the diamond plate. I'm going to put a little bit of dab around each one of those holes. Take the remaining piping that they came with it. Cut it off with a sprue. And we'll put it right in. The holes are different size, so you can't put it in upside down. This one I might use tweezers with. Nope. I can feel the tweezers just pushing them right out as we speak. There we go, I got it. All right, so I just need to hold it in there for a while the super glue takes effect. And believe it or not, those 2 little stages we just did, I'm going to put a little more super glue behind it like we did with the other one. And again, using the zip kicker. Now it's held in there as well. So those two little stages took us about an hour to do, so that's why I'm going to wrap it up here with stages 24 and 25. Okay. And making sure that only thing we have left over is some B screws, but we didn't use them anywhere, so we're going to probably use them somewhere in the future. There we go, I take that back. So, I don't know how exciting that was, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like I said, a little bit farther down the road with this project. So that's it. I put these B screws away. I'll put this in our little parts bin that I got back here, and then in a couple days we'll carry on. Maybe we'll do stages 26 and 27. Each one of these packs have 7 stages in them, and as you saw, there's a lot of little tiny parts. So it takes a while to do them. Like, I can't believe that those 2 little stages just took us an hour to do. Model Maker Man, hey, you're in here. Sorry I'm late. Well, I don't know when you came in, but here's what we completed on the, well, let me get you. Here's what we completed on today's project with the fire truck. Did some piping for the water supply. And those 2 little stages took about an hour, and that's all I want to really spend on each one of these is about an hour. I can never remember which camera I'm on. Good Lord. There we go. Yeah, I only want to spend about an hour because I know I drone on after a while, after an hour, because, you know, Katrina's back there doing this, speed it up. So I'll give it a couple days before we tackle the next one. Other than that, that's all I really had planned for the day. Just now, I've just got out of bath. I have to watch it back. Well, it's riveting. It's super exciting. A lot of drama. Of course, you know, I missed steps as usual. It seems to be, you know, with Eagle Moss, I don't do too bad. It seems like with Agora, I miss steps. I have parts left over, and then I go back and say, oh, I forgot a step. So maybe I just need to slow down. Take my time a little bit more, but at least if I make mistakes, I know everybody can. So you just got out of the shower, huh? I don't think there's that many people in here. I think there's 4 people in here. That's about it. I'm assuming nobody ever answered me, so I'm assuming everyone can hear me, especially since Katrina came in and said, you know, speed it up. So I'm assuming she's watching and listening to me. She might be one of the people that's in here. We all make mistakes, yeah. I just don't know what it is. I just, you know, I have instructions printed out. And today, which was really helpful, Katrina brought my tablet in. Because, you know, with Agora, you download your directions from a PDF file. So it was really nice having it on the tablet, because if I needed to look at something in an exploded view, I could just, you know, blow that picture up and look in detail. But even with that, I still miss those steps. Oh well. It's getting there. Hey, and Kenny's in here. I don't think you're allowed to drown people. You know, I had a question for you, Kenny, and I can't remember what it was. Trying to think what it was. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know how long you're in here, Ken, but again, like I was telling Lewis, it was a riveting show. You know, lots of super gluing and tiny little parts. I only lost one part this time, one tiny little part, but I actually found it, but Katrina came in and picked it up for me. So, Here's, Kenny, in case you didn't see it, but there's what we did today on the fire truck. I think you said that the, she's giggling in the other room, so I'm assuming something funny was said. If you think of it, I am always around when I am not sleeping. I'm still looking out for my divorce papers. Well, if she's insured, there's a way to go. Hiking is always the best way to go. You're hiking along, she just accidentally falls off a cliff. Very hard to prove. Put all this stuff away. Oh, I know what I wanted to. The new Enterprise on Strange New Worlds. Everything you see in the show is all CGI. So I saw they came out with a kit for that Enterprise. I'm thinking about getting that because I really like that ship. I like how they modernized it, but they kept some of the old elements, like the deflector dish and the buzzard collectors and all that. So I was wondering, that if you knew that was a CGI ship and they actually modeled a model after the CGI. You think I'm always... Yeah, of course, the first thing I saw was all those windows on the edge of the saucer section, and I had some PTSD with the Eagle Moss model I'm doing. But hopefully, when we go to light that, it won't be as involved. What are we doing?
Because you're like...
Well, I can't see the monitors all the way over there. I'm supposed to have an assistant to help me read this stuff, but...
You gotta hire better help.
Yeah, apparently COVID's taking you can't get anybody to work. My birthday's in March. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able... No, I don't think I can. I wanted to show you the paint booth that Katrina was starting to build using the IKEA cabinets. How much were those cabinets? Do you remember? Are you thinking or ignoring me? 20 each, right?
Okay, you realize there's a delay.
Well, I know there's a delay, but we're in the next room.
I can't hear you when you're talking.
How much were...
to actually put the
Oh.
pants on. They were somewhere $23, I think.
Oh, okay.
One was 23, one was 28.
Yeah,
something like that.
she used two cabinets from IKEA that were $23 a piece. And the reason we went that route is we figured out what it was going to cost using wood with today's prices. It was way cheaper doing that. I don't know about where you're at. Well, Ken, you probably at the same area.
4 sheet.
Yeah, the 2x4 sheet of wood,
Two
but
spindles.
I know Home Depot's like $8.50 for a 2x4 now. Excuse me. That's ridiculous. Oh, March. My father was March 26th. So we got 22, 26, and 27.
You're 22nd.
And that is March 25th. March is a good month. Let me put these away before I lose something, like these screws. Just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, these are, oh my God, this thing's heavy. These are all the other parts for this one pack. And there's just all kinds of little, I think this is a boom arm. And they are just full of tiny little parts. That's why I decided to do a couple stages at a time. As a matter of fact, I just put out all of stage 3 right before we went live. And I divvied it up between like just 2 stages each. One stage was a half hour alone. It were so many tiny little parts in there. There were like 180 some parts. Pages yesterday, and boy, she's a little princess. Champagne taste. Our granddaughter lives with us, and she's the same way. Yeah, when it comes to our granddaughter, our money has no limit. And now she's pressuring us for a puppy. I wonder if I can blow this. Make this a little bigger. My old eyes can't read it. Oh, wow, that's nice. Dog food is crazy expensive now, too. You know what? I never gave that a thought, but I bet, because a lot of dog food comes from across seas, too. Well, at least the not good stuff. We always gave organic to our last dog, and that worked way too well. She lived to be almost 17. 109 for a 30-pound bag? It's cheaper to cook for him. Oh my God, I can't. It's like having a horse. Yeah, I was going to say, you got 3 of those beasts. That you need to start. You know what? You need to form your own company. A fake pet shop and just order it in by the skid at wholesale. Not that I would ever do that. Oh. Every week and a half. Holy mackerel. Yeah, we have a couple friends that have the dogs that were diabetic, and that must be a nightmare having to give them the insulin. I should feed them mackerel. I'm telling you, I think it's cheaper to make food for them. At $400 a month, that's what it would come out to, a week and a half, 3, $250 a month. Boil up some rice. And now they're teething, so they're going to start going through your furniture. Rice and ground beef. Yep. It's got to be cheaper than. You have big dogs anyway. Those. Well, if they're too expensive, you can always send Janeway down here. That way, I'm just looking out for you. I'm trying to look out for your pocketbook. So anything I can do. Ponies. A friend of ours always had golden retrievers, and they were a crack up. Everyone wants to steal Janeway. Well, you should have shown her on TV. You made her a star. They're so fun. They're full of energy, but they love to play. Yeah, well, that's what we're saying. We haven't seen them in a while. You need to put them on camera or take pictures. Yeah, it is a lot of cash. What's that, about like $15 our money? I keep meaning to look that up because you said they had their own Instagram account. Blaine, Janeway, Willow, and Goldens. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, well, we had to put our dog down, last March. And we're kind of enjoying not having a dog right now. We just have the 2 cats. So it's kind of nice being able to leave for the day and not have to rush. Because the last couple of years, she was like almost 17, so things were just, falling off of her. She was blind, hard of hearing. We had to take her out all the time. So we're kind of enjoying that, free time. But then when we see things like, the puppies you have and other puppies, we go, do we want a dog again? And then, you tell us things like $109 for a bag of food, and we're over it. Yeah, you're not having another dog until she says otherwise. Oh, wow, you went a long time without a dog. At one point, we had, I can't, 5 dogs, 2 turtles, a bird, a rabbit. How many cats? 3 cats? I think 3 cats.
2 hamsters.
2 hamsters. We had a zoo. I said 5 dogs, right? Was it 5 dogs?
Yes.
5 dogs. Ranging from a St. Bernard, Great Pyrenees, a couple Dachshunds, and a Cocker Spaniel that had, a mental disorder. And a colon about 3 inches long. Birds in the pear tree. Whew, I don't know how we did it. That was back when we had a bigger house and a big yard. Problem is now we don't have a very big yard. I don't think it's fair to get a dog if I can't let them outside and run around. Well, once you housebreak the wife, they're not too bad. Lewis is going to say, "Come on, get in the car. We're going to go for a ride. We'll go someplace nice." Yeah, all we have now are the 2 cats at home, right? Yeah, 2 cats at home. And I've got 2 turtles at my office in Jersey. That's about it. No, wouldn't get anything for it. With the Rippling Creek. The Rainbow Bridge. Seems my live streams take the same turn yours do, Ken. Talking about everything but models. Well, I guess we should be careful what we're saying here in chat, because, you know, if we ever end up in a Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, this could all be used as evidence. Hershey bars. Reese's cups. I might be able to make a deal with Reese's cups.
Really?
Yeah. All right, yeah, I think I'm going to go get some lunch. It's 2:30. I've built two. This ought to be the best 2 stages I think I've built of a part work in a while. I like doing it with the live stream and just ending it after an hour wherever it's at. So I weren't many people in here, but I appreciate everyone who did show up. I'll probably do a lot of. I think I'm going to do a lot of pop-up live streams during this next week just to catch up, and I'll definitely be on next Sunday at 1. So I guess I'll be seeing you next, Ken, on Wednesday night if you don't have overtime, and I'll catch everyone then. Thanks for coming in, or thanks for coming.
All right.
Good Lord, I feel like an 80-year-old trying to